rod and one that's a below surface rod. And that surface rod I'll have a floating and then an intermediate, which may be good today with this wind.
Yeah.
And then a
little easier to
the
cast.
next one will have a medium sink and a fast sink spool.
Okay.
And right now, when we go out here in a few minutes, this wind blowing like this and just looking around, I'll probably put that sinker on and go out and start looking around and see what's happening there. And then if it starts calming down a little bit, or if I see that the fish are coming up, then change to that intermediate or even a floater.
And as far as leader goes?
I'm in a school of short and heavy. I mean, I think it's easier on us and easier on the fish to be able to strike a fish, especially some bigger fish like I hear that are in here, and even the smaller fish, that as long as they'll hit on a stronger leader, go ahead and use it.
Okay.
I don't find any sportsmanship whatsoever in long, light tippets. If you have to use them, that's fine, but not to go out on purpose and use 2-pound test or 7X or whatever. Just
it's hard on the fish. It's
real hard on the fish. Geez, you have to play them forever to bring them in, and then most of the time it ends up they've got the hook decorating their jaw, or if you do finally get them in, it's real tough, especially when the water warms up. It's really tough to get them revived. Now, cold water, these fish would be so active, and even if it took a while to bring them in, it would probably revival would be a little bit more assured than if we were doing this in July or August. Like I said, sometimes the shortest, heaviest leader I can use is 20 feet long and 6X, but that's the shortest and heaviest I can use.
Okay, so what are you using on your sink hook? How long?
Well, the one that's on there is fairly long right now, but just because the last time I was using it was long, but generally about 6 feet. Okay. 6, 7 feet.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm right about there.
Good.
And
if we, in deeper water sometimes when you find them, especially early spring, there's a lot of activity with chironomids. They start out as what we call bloodworms, the larval stage, and they're pretty active down around the bottom and in the mud and moving around and everything. And I'll fish a full sinking line if I can anchor up and stay fairly still. If the wind's blowing too hard and I can, I won't do it that way. But if we can anchor up and sit still, I'll use a heavy sinking line or a fast sinking line. Let that line just cast out to whatever the depth I think or know what it is. Let that fly just sink down and that line just sink down straight like this.
So just hanging, suspended.
Right. And then my retrieve is up like this, watching it. And we'll do that out here, even if, oh, this is not bad. We could probably do that out here, and that could be very effective. Yeah, I was talking to Duke earlier, who guides out here, and he was talking about some fairly good-sized flies. So Kelly, I think you ought to tie this one on right here.
No, I assume you have one about this big.
Well, yeah, but that's different. So you need to try different things. So that's when you need. Well,
I'll go with local knowledge.
Local knowledge, all right. Something like that.
Huh, that's much larger than I would have guessed.
Me too. And in fact, I didn't bring a lot of them this size. I'm just not used to using them like this. But you said they are bigger
Kelly
fish.
will sell you some of those.
And I'll buy them. The prince nymphs, beadhead prince nymphs, have been working really well. These guys in here, I imagine this whole side of the box here. Yeah.
Okay, these are a little small right now.
A little smaller than we was talking about, but they might work later on. I was talking to another fellow who was here yesterday, using small chironomids right in here. Yeah. Like this, 16s and 18s, a few 14s. So if we can get the 14s, that'd be a lot of fun. The 18s probably be a lot of break-offs. You didn't forget, did you?
No.
Well,